Hello, this is Dr. Progeny. Today I'm going to be talking about transferring data into tables. I'm starting out with an example for a particular user. They've created some flat fields in Progeny but realized actually they're more likely to have multiple values over time. So a flat field isn't very suitable for that sort of data. So what they want to do is actually move the data out from these flat fields into an equivalent table. So I'm going to show you what I've got in Progeny already. I'm going to use a familiar example. I have my test table here. I've got these 4 values here and the test table. Now one thing you may notice that these flat fields can also be used as flat fields as well as table subfields, and that gives some scope for causing potential problems. So first thing I'm going to do is extract the original data that's already in my Progeny database. I've got a spreadsheet I've already used for this, so I'm going to run that. It's called wrong table, and you'll see here what I've done is I've got the individual name of the particular individuals and the 4 table subfields. In this case these are the flat field versions. Just to show you how I run that table, it's basically I've drag and dropped the table fields here, and I've also queried based on the individual name so that it's only individuals beginning with ID that are shown up. So here's that again. And this time I'm going to click export. I'm going to save it as text tab delimited, retain new lines, and I really don't care too much about it, so I'm just going to leave that, and I'm going to include column headings, and I'm just going to simply save it on my desktop as transfer, like so. So that's all this data. So now what I'm going to do with that is I am going to do a new spreadsheet. This time I am going to bring across the individual name field here, and I'm also going to bring across the table subfields. Rather than these flat fields, I'm going to use these table subfields like so. Okay, and now you'll see this time I didn't bother with the query, so I've got the whole database. When I run the import, it's only going to match against those individuals here anyway, so that's not so important. So then I'm going to simply click import. This time I'm going to choose tab delimited, import into tables only. I'm going to ignore any blank cells just in case there's any data in there already, and I'm going to click import. Select the file transfer that we just created and click so, like so. You'll see that we've imported 12 out of 13 rows, the 13th row being the header row, so we've lost no data. Okay, now before we do anything else and we leave this, we should click save. Now just so you know so you can't say I'm cheating, if I click new spreadsheet again, bring across individual name, these test fields here. Again, I think I'll run this query just so we don't have to see the whole database. Begins with, and then ID, like so. And then when I run that, you'll see, actually you can see I've done this before. So we've now got 2 table for rows here, duplicates in this case. So you can see that we can get any data in quite quickly, and I'm just going to close that. Now it's just so we can see that at the individual level. I'm just going to search for one of these individuals with ID like so. Yep, there's one. Double click to open up the data sheet, and I'm just going to bring in that test table that we had right here, like so, and you can see 2 rows. Didn't want 2 rows, but that's just the nature of running these demos. Suddenly I've duplicated it. There are ways of getting rid of that later on. So you can see that's bringing data from a field in Progeny back into a table. If I had similar data with which matched in Excel, for example, I wanted to save that back in, I could use exactly the same method to do that. Okay, that's all for today. If you've enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do. And as always, any questions, just let me know. Bye for now.